Hello and welcome to Madel Sweats a Lot Whilst Driving Virtual Cars, and today we will be continuing our Ginetta Junior UK Championship, and hopefully this time I'll try it without hitting the mute button on my microphone lead. Only trouble with this thing. Right, today we're at the Silverstone National Circuit, where hopefully it will be a little drier than it was last time out in Knock Hill. Lovely as it is, it was a bit damp. So, here we go. Hopefully I'm on the right thing. Yep, here we go. Right. Again, no practice. Qualifying, 15 minutes. If we need to, we'll try and cut that short. We can skip to the end. And 15 minutes for the race. And away we go. Overcast. Oh well. Oh, the sound of engines. Good. Maybe a little bit loud, the sound of engines. No, that's okay. Right. Let's get going and see how we get on.
Go, go, go.
Let's turn the HUD on, and the virtual mirrors, as I can see behind me. Tricky little circuit, especially that corner. I think we'll just let this one past. Hoping he doesn't get in the way now. The slightly strange line he's taking.
If we can get a good result here in quali, it'll set us up nicely for the race.
Thanks for stating the obvious, Ben. Take that a little quicker. Let's try the big wide line in to start with. Power nice and early. Oops, a little bit too wide on the line there. Still somehow we're up by half a second still. But, that was definitely not the right line. Let's try once more. Still feel we can carry more through there, but yeah, it's definitely a better exit that time. The slower the car is, the more you have to concentrate on getting a really good exit, because it's all about carrying the speed through the corner and then onto the straight afterwards. And of course, the longer the straight is, the more you have to concentrate on it. I think our tyres have at long last warmed up a bit as well, which is helping. Still in last place, but I'll have to try 5th gear through there next time. And this time we'll try the tighter line and see if it works. Possibly gain a lot going in, but not a lot coming out. Yep. And we'll lose out all the way down the straight. And again, trying to hold a tighter line around here. Still going to be in last place, I think. Right. That's better. Now. Congratulations, lost everything. Absolutely everything around here. It's always you sort of experiment with lines, see what works, see what doesn't. And then of course try and get away from the things that don't. We might pick up a little bit of draft there, but we won't allow to. And still, we're going to be in last place. Damn. I thought we got away with that one, but we obviously haven't. Now this is of course where, as I said before, about the inconsistencies of the AI in project cars can sometimes catch you out a little bit, and one minute you can be quite a bit ahead and the next you can find yourself considerably behind, and this is, I think, one of those tracks where we're going to find ourselves considerably behind. Of course, we haven't actually managed to, at any point, catch a draft of another car, so I'm guessing that would help quite a bit. If we can hang on to this, we might creep up a place or two. Get the power down nice and early, nice and early, nice and early, and straighten ourselves out on the curb. Oh, and we're off the bottom of the pile. Another annoying curb. Now, other than the fact that you lose effectively a lap of your qualifying whilst running the curves like that, it's not too much of a problem as long as you don't do it in the race. Unless, of course, you've left it till the last second to put in your kamikaze lap and you run the curb. Straighten it out as much as possible. Might have used a little bit too much grass there, but really is one of those horrible corners where it never seems to work whatever line you take. Get on the power nice and early. Might just about have enough fuel for one more lap. Not sure. Like I say, I wasn't sure I was going away with that one, but I didn't. So I got a horrible feeling we're going to start down in 9th. I don't think we've got the fuel to do one more lap. Interesting that first and second have got identical times. Right. Back to the pit box. Now, I haven't actually got enough time to go out and do another lap, so I'm not going to. Right, that was terrible, but that's racing for you. So, off to the races. Now hopefully with a bit of a draft, we should be able to hang on to everybody else. So, our teammate who's second in the championship is actually third on the grid, so if we can catch him up a bit, make up a few places, get an early run on, hopefully we can start better than they can, then we'll see how we get on from there. And 15 minutes of frantic fun coming up.
The start could be tricky from where you are, so try and stay out of trouble. Let's stay alert, try and make up some places off the grid.
Bury the throttle, and away we go.
Right side. One on the left. 3 wide, you're in the middle. On the right side. Watch right, got a car right. You're clear.
Right. Now we'll just hang on and see if we can stick with these two.
We're expecting some wet weather any minute now, we'll keep you posted.
Oh, that should make life interesting. Now, for those not aware, the AI in Project Cars do run a simplified tyre model compared with the player, and the reason for that is very simple. The calculations required to keep the player model going. Oh,
Right side.
blimey, that was a bit of a dive. The calculations required for the player model are very complex and actually take up quite a lot of time with your CPU, so having the AI do the same thing would be practically impossible. Whoop, back in, lost it. So what they've done is they've used a much simpler model, although compared with the original Project Cars it was way more complicated. They also did a lot of other work within the AI to improve their physics, so they are much more complex than they were in the original, but still nowhere near as complex as the player in terms of tyres and a lot of other things. Which is also one of the reasons why a lot of people seem to put it down to live track being more complex and the weather stuff being more complex, as to why there are only 32 AI instead of 60 odd like there were in the original. And it's not actually down to live track at all, it was down to the amount of extra calculations required for the AI. And during the development we did actually have...
That's the best sector 1 time of anyone so far. Great job, keep it up.
We did actually have a period where we had full complement as per Project Cars 1, but with the improved tyre model and everything else, and literally my machine, if I went over 40 AI, ground to a halt. So that's why they did it, and until such time as everybody has a 64 core CPU with about 128 gig of memory, and we can all run those all day every day, we'll have to put up with having a few less AI, I'm afraid. Whilst it was great for running big fields at places like Le Mans, Spa, there are definitely downsides to having far too many... Oh, we've got drizzle. Having too many AI. A lot of people seem to want to have like 30 AI around the short circuits, which is slightly ridiculous. Now, this is where we find out how the difference between the effect of the wet on my tyres as a player as opposed to the tyres on the AI comes in.
You've got one on your left.
I know, I think you just hit me.
Still on your left. Okay, clear. On the left side.
He might hit me, he might hit me, he might not hit me.
Okay, clear, you're good.
Whoop. Right.
Minutes to go.
Now this is the point where it's all about trying to feel how much grip you actually have through every corner. As soon as the cars are showing little rooster tails coming off the back end of him, that means it has got to the point where there is effectively standing water, and we didn't match the exit of the AI particularly well that time. I think we're being gained on it.
2 lengths behind you. 1 length back. Okay, mate, you're on his tail. Let's try and nail him on this lap. Force an error. He's under big pressure. You can take it.
Sometimes I do wish Ben would just shut up.
2 wide, left side. Still there. Nice, clear. Half length back. Watch your line.
I think we reached a point whereby the AI are being affected by the current water amounts more than I am. They may well come back to us later as I become even more affected, as my tyres cool off, as more water builds up. It is interesting to note that right now we are in the middle of, or hopefully near the end of, resurfacing Silverstone circuit completely for the 2nd year in a row. And the reason they're doing it again is because last year the MotoGP race had to be abandoned because of the amount of standing water, where people were literally having to jump off bikes at 200 miles an hour at the end of the straight, which is not something you really want to be doing. But what they've done is they've bought in a firm who did, I can't remember which circuit it was now, but they did a great job on a previous circuit. Sepang, which was reprofiled and had all sorts of work done on it. And they're doing something very similar, whereby they're laser scanning all the circuit to make sure they've actually put a nice hump in the middle of the track, so there's runoff.
7 minutes remaining.
They're making sure the camber is always going the right way to maximise the way the water flows off. You know, we're getting puddles building up now. And the wipers are just speeded up, which is always a bad sign. You might also notice we're not going as fast down the straight because we've actually got more drag from the water. I'm not sure if this is actually a little bit overdone or not, but oh, I shouldn't have gone through that. I'm not sure if the water drag is overdone a little bit or not, but it is an effect and it should be noticeable, but whether or not it should be noticeable at the sort of speeds it's quite as noticeable at in Project Cars 2, I'm really not sure. But we'll keep going. 2 seconds ahead, and I think at the moment it appears that lap times may have stabilised, but I'm not 100% sure. Whoa! If you notice on the left hand side of the times, we've gone from 1 minute 12 to 1 minute 23, so we've lost about 11 seconds a lap. And the most important thing is try not to rack your plane too much. Now this is somewhere where they could do with a bit of camera on the road, a little bit of extra run off either side. Oh, car's starting to move around a bit in the water.
Five minutes remaining.
Moving about a bit. And that little bit of rain they were expecting has turned into a bit of a minor monsoon. Whoop. Bit of a river across there, so we'll try and drive
4 minutes to go.
Very carefully. And we've definitely got a lot of water on the back straight here. So we wouldn't like to be landing too many Wellingtons along here. Now I'll try the very wide line to avoid this puddle because it's getting a bit big. Big puddle equals big disasters. And we're also being caught a bit, so we might have to try and get a bit of a hurry on here, which might prove fun. Again, it might be that at this point now the AI are coping better with the wet than we are, due to the difference in the tyre models, so we'll see what we can do.
3 minutes to go.
I've been trying to be a little bit too conservative on the last few laps. Never mind the engine, that will last. Try and decide what the best route to take on the straight is. You would hope down the middle where the crown of the road is, but there isn't any crown on this road, so we'll just have to wobble and weave our way up the straight a bit. Again, nice big wide line. Avoid the big puddle as much as possible. And somehow we'll open the gap back out to 3 seconds, which is
2 minutes to go.
Slightly strange. Oh! These puddles are getting enormous.
One minute to go.
big line, big line, big line. At least you can see the puddles in this light, just about. I'm surprised how well we're keeping some heat in the tyres, which has helped in no end.
Last lap, this is your last lap. Hold it together and bring her home for the win.
Just bring her home would help. Whoop. At one point there I wasn't really sure whether we were going to get away with it or not, because the AI would definitely coping better initially with the wet. They seem to drop off further than we did, which is always unlucky. Let's just slither our way down the straight here. Oh, and I do mean slither. Of course, you would hope in reality if it really got that wet, they would of course go, oh, we'll flag this one as a bit of a done job. But this is not real racing, this is virtual racing, and anything goes, including snow and ice. Well, that wasn't the most pleasant experience I've ever had at Silverstone, I have to say. Having been at Silverstone when Barry Sheen famously had a very, very interesting battle with Kenny Roberts at a World Championship event. That was the first time I ever went to a British Grand Prix. And I probably didn't realise quite what I was seeing. That was also the first race for Honda's NR500. Which had oval pistons, although they weren't really oval, they were just elongated, so they were flat sides, rounded ends. And I have to say, I've never been to a Formula 1 race at Silverstone, or anywhere else for that matter, but that's because I spent most of my time going to motorcycle meetings. See if we can crash in the pit lane, as it looks very, very wet. All these silly people standing in the wet. You're mad. Oh, thank you. Wave to me. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Which one's mine? Oh, far end. Oh, sorry, try not to run him over. Oh, get out of the way. Mind your toes. Oh, oh. Suicidal mechanics everywhere.
That's P1. That's the kind of job we're looking for. Great driving.
Right. Quick rundown. Right, I won. Oh, and my teammate was only 7th. Now, he started 3rd. So, it'll be interesting to see on the replay what happened to him. I suspect he didn't handle the wet weather quite as well as we did. But we'll never know. Or will we? Watch this space. Right, quick, view the replay. Save the replay. Podium. We didn't get the bonus point. We weren't the fastest lap. I'll have to recheck that when we go are back to the main one. 3 wins, 3 podiums, 106 points. Still leading from my teammate, which means we have a monster lead in the championship. So, there we have it. That was the 3rd round, and next will be Donington National. Donington, a place I've been to many times, but only watching. So, I do prefer the National to the Grand Prix circuit. I don't like that extra bit. Don't like hairpins. Never liked hairpins. Even when I was racing for real, I didn't like hairpins. I like fast flowing circuits. So, that's all for this week. For this episode, I should say. And we'll be back next time when hopefully we'll have another victory. Although I'm thinking maybe I need to up the AI difficulty a little bit. But like I said earlier, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But I'll leave you with that thought. Have fun racing.